All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Women's Growth Series. I am talking today with Yasmine Abdi and Stephanie Turner. We will be talking about being a first-year broker in 2020, some pain points that they went through, and ways that they navigated their first year in the broker industry. All right. Yasmine, would you like to introduce yourself, the brokerage you work for, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I can start. So first of all, thank you, Brianna, for inviting me and Steph. I'm like really excited about this. I've been a loan officer for a little less than a year now. I am licensed in Massachusetts and New Hampshire, and I work with Superior Rate Mortgage of New England. I love my job. I love what I do. I feel like I'm finally at that stage in life where I'm like, I got it. I finally know what to do with the rest of my life. So super excited for this. And thank you again, Brianna. Steph, you go ahead.
All right. So hello, I'm Steph Turner. I work for Keystone Alliance Mortgage. I'm currently licensed in Pennsylvania and Ohio. Our company is also licensed in Florida, Illinois, and Puerto Rico. So we are very, very busy. I was in the banking world for about 10 years, and I love the broker world so much better because of the opportunities we have, and we can do things that people just can't even fathom. So I'm super excited to be here and share a little bit about my first year and to learn from these ladies.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again for being here. So let's dive right in. I want to hear about some of your pain points that you went through this year, things that you didn't expect that would be difficult, and we'll just start there. Yasmine?
Sure, I can start. So similar to you, Steph, I used to work in the banking industry. I was not a loan officer. I was a financial manager for Bank of America. I started as a banker, and then I kept, moving up the ladder. And then I discovered that, the corporate world was not for me. So I just, took a risk, took a leap, and joined Superior Rate. I started in February, so it was like 1 month before COVID hit. And I think the main pain point for me, and this is like very, just personal, is simply because I moved to the US, I want to say 5 years ago. So my network is very, very small. I don't have high school friends, college friends, family to refinance or anything like that. So I literally built my network from scratch, from zero. It was very scary, but I was like, you know what? If other people can do it, I can do it too. It doesn't matter, if I'm basically an immigrant. I have an accent. There's like so many things that I can be like, oh no, I can never do this, or I can be like, you know what? I got this. I'm just gonna keep moving forward, and I will build the network. So that was my pain point, just starting from scratch.
Now, what were some ways that you got creative to build your book of business and to be as successful as you were in your first year?
I mean, I'm very lucky to have like a very, very good mentor. He's the owner of Superior Rate, and from the beginning, he's like, if you want to be successful in this business, you just have to meet people, find ways to meet anyone and everyone, realtors, financial advisors, normal people, people who have mortgages, people who are looking to buy. I went on my Facebook. I did a photo shoot. I got a very nice picture of myself, and I, tried to like find ways to like look successful online and try to like build a community around me. And I just started meeting people. Again, a month later, COVID hit, so it was kind of hard to meet people at that point. But internet, Zoom, I made it happen. I just started doing a lot of Zooms with, realtors that just started, or divorce attorneys, like anyone. I just scheduled a 20-minute call with them, like, hey, I just want to introduce myself. I want to tell you what I do. And that's how I started building the network.
You brought up two really important points that I think can be a little scary to people, or things that people maybe don't think about. Is one, especially during a pandemic, you want to appear as professional as you are. So having those headshots done and having those beautiful pictures of you and your family, all those mean a lot to clients, because this is a big part of their life, and they want to feel that the person they're working with is very professional. And to not be afraid to make those cold calls or to reach out. You got to really put all of your fears aside and jump into it, especially in the beginning. So really great points. Stephanie, what were some of your pain points in your first year?
So just getting acclimated to, I thought I came in at an advantage having originated loans at a bank, not really understanding that it's apples to oranges. It is not the same. Some of the sales behaviors are the same, but the processes are different. My pain point is similar in that it's very personal to me, and that is my work-life balance has been a struggle for me from the beginning. When you're a people pleaser by heart, you want to be competitive and you want to make sure that, you know, your pre-quals are out as fast as possible, and you're getting everything done within a reasonable amount of time. So my biggest pain point, honestly, was more my ability to put my value out there so that other people would respond and with respect for my time and the timelines I set. And I didn't do that. I didn't initially come out with enough value for myself that they in turn would respect and appreciate the timelines and be willing to wait, because I don't feel that I did a good enough job in providing that up front.
Are you there? You frozen?
Oh, I'm still here.
Okay, good. You froze for a second. There we go.
Oh, all right. I'm not sure when I froze, but
that's okay.
Just that I needed to be better about putting my own value out there so that my business partners would respect my timelines and be willing to wait. I needed to do a better job of making people aware of the value I brought to the table, so I didn't feel like I was always trying to compete for, you know, opportunities with contracts and refinances.
Yeah, those are great things. What do you bring to the table as a broker? What sets you apart from others? And to sometimes it helps to tell yourself all of the time, you know, this is who I am, this is what I bring to the table, this is why I'm successful, to help that motivation keep up, especially when you're dealing with work-life balance, things that can kind of make you feel down sometimes. Mm-hmm. So those are really great points. Now with your new book of business, with new clients coming in, what did you implement to help manage your pipeline? Yasmine?
Manage my pipeline. I mean, you know, getting those leads and closing on them, it's great. But really what's super important after that is keeping in touch, you know, I don't know, like sending Christmas cards. So like end of the month, I opened all of my, you know, book of business. I was like, all right, I'm going to send a lovely Christmas card to everyone. So I got my partner on board, the kids, and I was like, everyone's going to look good. And we're going to take a great picture. So, you know, something like that helps. I would say, you know, closing gifts. If someone's buying a new home, you want to, you know, send them a little something that's going to always help them remember you. Or simply just sending an email, you know, taking a quick phone call to previous clients and be like, hey, you know, if you have, if you know anyone, family, friends who's currently looking to refinance, you know, please keep me on top of mind. So, you know, like the most important thing for a loan officer is the book of business. It's all we have, right? So keeping it updated and making sure to keep in touch with all those clients is like critical.
Yes, definitely. Especially, you know, to play that long game and to keep those clients coming back to you if they want to refinance in the future, or if they want to buy a second home, anything they'll need, they'll come back. Did you ever find that there was times where you were feeling overwhelmed managing your new clients?
Yeah. At some point, you know, like my phone just would not stop ringing. And I felt like I was stressed. I was overwhelmed, you know, clients in process asking about updates, partners are asking about their clients and what's going on. And it's easy to fall in the trap and, you know, just answer right away to everyone, right? But then you feel like a prisoner, and it's not healthy at all. So setting boundaries and setting limits some people think, oh, this might hurt my business, but no, this is gonna help your business. Keeping your sanity is going to help your business. So I talked about this with my mentor, and he literally prescribed me twice a week, just stop and work at a certain time, let's say 5, 6 p.m., and literally just put in my phone in a drawer. So I'm unaware of who's texting, who's calling, and you know what? No one dies. I text them the next morning, I call them the next morning, and they understand. They have a family, they have a life, and I'm like, hey, I'm sorry I was unable to get to you, but how can I help? And it was just fine, and it just helped a lot with keeping that super important life work balance.
Yeah, it is, and that can be really difficult to do. I find that I struggle sometime with putting my phone away. We work with people all over the country. So if somebody out in California needs us, I have to know sometimes that it's okay to put it away and to have dinner with my family and to make those moments in life a priority. So that's really good that your mentor kind of walks you through that. That's wonderful. He's very supportive. I enjoy him very much.
Look at this. I have it. It's a Post-it note on my laptop. It's a prescription. 2 nights a week, no phone. And then one weekend, afternoon/night, no phone. So, I pick either a Saturday or Sunday, either a morning or an afternoon, and just no phone time. And it helps a lot. I keep it on my laptop.
I love that. And that's a great thing for people to start to, you can implement that when the next new person comes along. You can be like, this is what helped me. I love that. It's really cute. Stephanie, so you spoke about, that work-life balance, which is such a huge thing. But is there any tips or tricks that you use to really segment time for your family and for things you enjoy? I know you posted that you're starting a new workout regimen, all of that kind of stuff. How do you make time for those things?
I had to be firm about it. I actually did tell my husband, I need help with this because, I'm very centric in terms of where my priorities are. So my faith is the top of my list, and then my husband, and then my kids, and then my career. And it's easy with that little pyramid to get things out of whack and, in the wrong places. So I just told my husband I'm struggling with trying to balance all of this. And so he has been very supportive of helping me to establish boundaries. And that's really what it came down to for me, is that I needed to have boundaries established so that I was balancing things appropriately. My health was one area I neglected. I can't tell you the number of times I would go a whole day and not eat, or I would eat in front of the computer while I was working, or, the things that we just do because we're busy. So I hired a personal trainer, and I said to myself, if I'm going to put the money into investing into this trainer, then I'm not going to let myself fail, because I'm going to want to make good on the investment I'm making. So sometimes it's just pulling in family and friends and support and telling them I need some help with this and having some accountability. Sometimes it's setting up a fitness program to make sure that we're, moving. Honestly, I get up and run. So in the mornings, I feel clear when I start work. I have more energy throughout the day. And it all works together. It's an ecosystem. And if you're heavy in one part of your ecosystem, it's not going to function. So definitely accountability and balance and boundaries are crucial for me.
Absolutely. And I think another thing that plays into what you're just speaking about is guilt. I think a lot of us feel guilt almost, we want to be a great wife and a great mother and the best broker that we can be. All of these things, we hold ourselves at such high accountability for everything. And I think we need to remember, it's okay. It's okay to put the phone away. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to lay on the couch and watch your favorite show if that's what makes you happy. Do things for you and don't feel like you need to be everything for everyone all the time. And then, so another thing, this is also my first year in the broker industry. And something that's helped me is I have a Fitbit watch, and I set a timer for every 2 hours to buzz, and then I do 250 steps. And so every 2 hours to try and keep up with that. So it's fun.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And it's not 250 steps is nothing, but it really does help at the end of the day, because I'll have days where I have 2 steps all day because I've been sitting on my computer all day, and that's awful. It's not great.
Yeah.
All right. So a really big question is, I want to know how, this community has helped the both of you. The Brokers Are Better Network, Women's Mortgage Network, AIME. How has that played into your first year in the business? Yasmine?
It's been so helpful. And I have to say that, my favorite group is the Women's Mortgage Network. Although I love being on Brokers Are Better, but just being surrounded by a community of successful, uplifting ladies is just, it's just like a, fresh air. I get on the group sometimes when I have nothing to do, or I just want to, I'm on the couch. I just go on the group and I see the support, whether you have a question, you have a concern, you're looking for advice, anything, literally anything related to the mortgage industry, or also like balancing life and work. Like last time, I'm not sure who it was, but she was trying to have a baby, and she was just like, asking questions like how to manage that, how can she get ready? And seeing all those comments and messages, like, whoa, I was just like super impressed. And, having you, Brianna, like as soon as I became a loan officer, I was hearing about AIME because we work a lot with UWM. So I see AIME everywhere and I'm like, I have no idea what this is. I need some information. So I don't remember who the first Zoom was with, but I reached out, I sent a message. I was like, hey, I have no idea what you guys do. I'm a loan officer. I want to be part of the community. So as Zoom was set up, and this person just like helped answer all of my questions, and just made me feel so welcome. And that, now I'm part of a community with a lot of people just like me, people that just started, or people who have been in the business for 20, 30 years. And then I met you, Brianna, and we were like brainstorming about social media and making videos and all of that stuff. And you're just there, just like, ready to help. How can I help? Let me know. And I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. And it's free. And, you're not expecting anything from me, but just to help me. It's an amazing resource that I'm so grateful for.
Well, thank you. And something that stood out for me from the two of you is, I'm in that group all the time and I see thousands of brokers interacting, but the two of you are so engaged. And that's something that's so important for all of our members to know is, don't be afraid to comment. Don't be afraid to ask those questions, because the more we see your name out there, the more that we can help you and support you. And, it's sometimes it can be a challenge to get on Facebook all the time, or to ask some questions and not feel like it's a silly question. So I really appreciate the both of you always. Anytime I tag you, anybody at AIME tags you, you're so quick to get on it and you're always engaged and willing to help. Stephanie, I would love to hear you. You are at a great brokerage. Andre is amazing. Megan, you work with so many amazing people. How do they help to support you in your first year? What are some things that they do?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start. Well, when I first started, I started in October of 19, and I came on as an admin, and quickly found out it was not something I felt called to do. It was not my happy place. So first and foremost, they took the opportunity to sit with me and talk through. We did DISC assessments. So they said, these are your opportunities. You can go as an outside LO. This is my breakdown of my DISC. They were forthcoming that my assertiveness area was low, but my planning area was high. So we talked through how can I utilize those planning skills to be successful in a commission-only position. Oh my gosh, they do so much. We have a CRM that is available that I can utilize that the company provided. We have morning pipeline meetings where all the processors and loan officers get together and we go through the entire pipeline for the company. That enables me to touch base on all my loans and know exactly beginning of the day what's going on. They implement loan officer training every other week. So we have a day of training. We go through updates to the industry. We go through product knowledge. We go through sales. They had Renee come in and do a presentation for us at one point too. and that was a couple weeks. They do Megan records videos. She's a huge video advocate, so she videos everything. Like the other day, I was inputting a bridge loan into Point. She had a video for it. We have a loan officer text that, I mean, it could be 10 o'clock at night and somebody could be registering a loan. And if you have a question, they'll reply. We do counseling every year about goals. Where are our goals? What goals do we want to have? They are very open with me. Like, how much do you want to make? Where do you want to be? What are your life goals, not just your career goals? Oh, I get teary-eyed. They're amazing. When you come from the corporate world and people invest in you with nothing to gain, just because they believe in you, no strings attached. It is amazing, because in a corporate world, it's all about profit. It's not about customers, and it's very detached. And this is very family focused. Like, they have my utmost respect.
I love that. And when you work somewhere that nurtures what you need and takes the time to get to know you as a professional and on an emotional level, it really makes you want to come to work every day and give it your all and be a part of that team and that family. It's really wonderful to hear. And all those things that they implement, those are amazing. And those are things that I would highly recommend for other people to give a try and, to be able to nurture those relationships a little bit more. So a really big one. What are you guys crushed 2020. I am so overly proud of you guys. So what are your goals for 2021? Whether it's work-life balance, your units that you're moving, what are your goals? Yasmine?
All right. So I'm not going to talk about volume or money, or anything like that. So end of December, I sat in my room, I closed the door, and I did like a full scope review of 2020, right? I looked at my production, my personal life, everything. And I found out that my production is directly linked to how I feel about myself, how I feel about my body, my spiritual life, my relationship with my partner, relationship with the kids. Literally everything, every aspect of my life is linked to my production. And it's exactly what you were talking about, Steph. It's like an ecosystem that you need to really take care of if you want to be successful. So, obviously I have my numbers, goals, and whatever, they're written down. But the number one goal that I set for myself for 2021 is to read 32 self-development books. Wow. I think it's huge. There's so much to learn. There's so many resources out there. And I bought a journal. So like every time I have an idea or something, I just write it down immediately. I learned that, we get so many ideas throughout the day, and 99% of them are lost because we don't write them down. So in order for me to evolve, I need to write down every single idea that crosses my mind. So that's that. And then the other goal is to, take care of myself. So since January 1st, every single morning, I haven't missed once since the 1st. I have this like routine where I start my day with 20 minutes of transcendental meditation. And then it's followed by 10 minutes of stretching, just yoga, simple stretch. And then 30 minutes of reading, like a self-development book, taking notes and everything. Let me tell you, ladies, by 7:30, I am on fire. On fire. I just feel awesome. My body feels good. I feel motivated. I'm like ready to crush the day. And this is how I get to all those number goals that I have for myself. It starts with me and how I feel about myself. If I feel disciplined and confident, because confidence comes from discipline, right? Mm-hmm. If you do the things that you promise yourself you're going to do, you feel good about yourself and you feel like you're badass and can do anything. So my main focus this year is to be disciplined and focus on the things that make me happy, on a long term. That's it. Yeah.
I love that. Do you have any favorite books that you started reading?
I do. So right now I'm reading this book called Eat That Frog. It's about time management, life management, and just how to organize your day, how to write down your goals, how to plan for everything. And it's been literally a game changer. I've been reading this book for a week and I've, started implementing everything. So, I'm sure you ladies do this, like writing down your day the night before, right? At the end of every night, you have your whole day structured. And this book taught me this like super simple method of basically prioritizing every task you have using an ABCDE method. A being your number one priority, the thing that has the most impact on your day, on your work and everything. And then E being the last one and possibly the one that you can completely get rid of. So this author basically says that we cannot achieve every single task because it's a never-ending flow. Things just keep, being thrown at you all the time, and you cannot achieve everything. It's impossible. You can't be, a wife and a broker and like everything at the same time. So you have to prioritize by what's going to make the most impact on my day, on my life, and just work down the list.
I love that. Those are amazing. And those are such easy things that everybody can at least, try and see if it works for you and see if it makes a difference in your life. And they're beautiful goals for 2021.
Thank you.
Stephanie, what are some of your goals for 2021?
I have probably like everyone else, increased unit, increased funding. I'd like my average loan size. I'm branching out of my current county to try to increase my average loan size. But honestly, none of it really matters if I'm not happy and content with the basics. So I read the book Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. I'm also a big book person. And it's a very similar concept that Yasmine was saying about the way we start our day impacts the entire way that our day will unfold. So for me, it's being diligent about getting up, exercising, having some time with my spouse over a cup of coffee, asking my kids about their plans for the day, taking some time to read, to do a devotional or read my Bible, and then start my day. If I start my day jumping out of bed and I'm instantly trying to think of everything I have to do and reprioritize in my head, it just creates a snowball effect of stress right out of the gate. So I'm really focusing more on my health and personal development because in my opinion, if I'm doing that, the rest of it's going to come. And so also I'm focusing on being a CEO for my team, a Chief Encouragement Officer. And so that's my self-appointed title. So that hopefully my spirits and my happiness and my personality can help my team because the days do get stressful. We're all very tight-knit. And so I kind of appointed myself as trying to be that person to be infectious in a positive way. And again, if I'm like that with my team, if I'm like that with my family, if I'm like that with my partners and centers of influence, then the rest of the numbers will come. I'm trying not to be numbers focused, more as I am trying to be behaviors focused. And then personally, my family and I are looking to relocate to Alabama this year. So that is a huge opportunity for us. We're very excited. We've been looking for homes down there, and then I will just transition my license down there because I will not stop doing this.
That's wonderful. And we have some great brokers in Alabama for you to connect with and start to, branch out, make some new friends, all that kind of stuff. Well, good. I'm happy for the both of you. Now, before we wrap up today, I want to hear some advice that you would give to new brokers, whether, they're just coming into the business, they've been in the business in 2020, but they're struggling with some things. I talk to a lot of people, and things like maintaining those realtor partners or connecting with your clients, they're real pain points for other people. So what kind of advice would you give somebody who is struggling and is new to the business? Yasmine?
I would say the number one advice is to not wait to do things in a perfect way. So if you're thinking about, posting something on Facebook, as long as you have that 80%, done, just post it. My mentor calls it analysis paralysis. So sometimes we just get stuck and we're like, I want to do this perfectly. And then you end up not doing it at all. So it's better to just, throw yourself out there, do that thing. As long as you've done 80% of it, just go ahead and do it. And the second advice I would say, just work on yourself. make sure that you feel good, because we're in sales, and we're not only selling a product, a mortgage, or anything, but you're basically selling yourself. You need to sell yourself to yourself first, convince yourself that you're worth it, that you're an excellent loan officer, so that you can convey that to, convey that energy, I want to say, to the client. They need to feel it from you, that you're confident, that you're successful. So focus on you, do what makes you happy. If working out makes you happy, do it. And obviously, don't focus on the instant gratification stuff, because that does not last. And down the road, it just makes it worse for you. Do those things that, even if, at that moment you don't feel like doing it, but that down the road, they're just going to make you feel awesome. Focus on those kind of activities. And then the third thing is just go out there and meet people, as many people as you can, in every type of industry. Make sure you tell everyone what you do, whether you're grabbing your coffee, getting your nails done, going to the hair salon. Tell everyone what you do and how much you love what you do, that you're super successful, you're crushing it. Because no one wants to hear that, oh, my job sucks, or no one's going to want to do business with you. No one wants to do business with average Joe. They want to be around successful, happy people. So just, go out there and do that.
That's wonderful advice. And that's true. You need to, feel as amazing as you are. Everybody in this group is incredible in their own way, and feel that and relay that onto your clients and your realtor partners and everything. And it's so true that like a happy person is so infectious. When they come in the room, it just changes the entire mood. So always think about what you bring to the table. Stephanie, what are some things you would tell to somebody new in the industry?
I would tell, first and foremost, just be you. It's really easy to compare yourself to other brokers, even on Brokers Are Better. I see brokers putting up these huge numbers, and you have to remember the only person you're competing with is the person you were last year or the person you were yesterday. So trying to every day be incrementally 1% better. Maybe you reach out to one more potential real estate partner. Maybe you send one more thank you note. But don't compete with anyone else. We all have our own gifts. We all have our own unique personalities. Embrace yours. You'll be a lot happier that way. And sometimes understand that centers of influence and real estate partners aren't good fits. You don't have to be the favorite loan officer of every real estate partner or every center of influence. You will find a group of people, and those are your people, and they will appreciate you for who you are. They will refer to you because they trust you. Sometimes you just aren't going to mix with everybody, and it's okay. Ask for help. AIME, I'm blown away. Brokers Are Better, AIME Women's Mortgage Network. I'm amazed it's free. The Facebook's getting that set up. I'm amazed at the resources we have at our fingertips, and utilize them. Ask questions, private message another broker, friend them on Facebook, use your broker that you work for. Just develop those relationships. If you have a processor, if you have a front-end person, cultivate that relationship, because it's a well-oiled machine when there's good communication within the brokerage, and that resonates with our partners and our clients. And lastly, just thank the business that comes to you and ask for a referral. I think oftentimes we forget to ask for that referral. And I had seen someone, Renee had, and I can't remember who the gentleman was. He was a high producer, and he had like an email template that he sent out afterwards and said, it was such a pleasure to work with you. I'm so glad that we got to, and A, B, and C. He kind of listed out some things about their deal. Please send me the name and contact information if two people that you think could benefit from a similar transaction is what we had. And he said he got tons of referrals that way. And I know sometimes I shy away from that. So that's something I'm looking to embrace this year. Ask for the referral. We work our behinds off. So you earn the right to ask for that. And you are helping people. So it really is a win-win.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you both for joining me today. You gave so much good advice. I know there's so many people out there, women, men, that are just looking for a little extra guidance in their first year. So I appreciate all the insight that you provided today and everything you do for the community. You're both very valued members of the community, and we all appreciate that. So thank you all, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, ladies. This was awesome.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you for tuning in today.
All righty. Bye, Brianna. Bye, Steph.
Bye.
Bye.